Good morning. Good morning, friends. Let me introduce myself. Myself, Kirti Bola. Basically, I'm from Mumbai, settled here in Gujarat since last 2.5 years. And I'm working here as a consultant, and I have handled number of projects successfully. In fact, I just completed. So here, actually, I just worked on, you know, for a project, and I have successfully in fact completed sales project. I have developed few companies by turnover wise, by manpower, right? In fact, I have trained number of candidates here. So basically, my fans, as I have experience, I have a total experience of 16 years, right, in corporates. A little this, when I was at Mumbai, I worked for Flipkart, Amazon, and B2C companies, and in fact banking industries. So yes, my friend, in my entire curriculum, I work into sales only. So here, I am sure, my friend, I can train you guys that how to get your sales done, right? And if you want to manage your sales at a regular basis, so today's video I'm just going to launch. This is nothing but my first video that I'm just starting with, bigger number of as I'm into consultancy, number of people, number of clients, they just suggested me to start the channel on sales, that how can I develop the people, how can I develop the selling skill, how can I share my views on selling techniques, selling process and all. So yes, my fans, today I'm here to tell you about that, how you guys can conduct the sales or how can begin your sales. So yes, my fans, I have today's video I have prepared just based on that. So let's start with that without wasting time. So, my dear fans, what is sales? First, let me tell you what is sales. Sales is nothing but the sales is a core part of any organization, because your organization is completely relied on the sales only. Until and unless you don't sell the product, right, product or your services, you won't get money. You won't get your survival. Your survival will be completely in danger if you don't sell your products, because whatever you manufacture, whatever the manpower that you have hired, right, whatever that thing, whatever activities you're doing, so that is all thing, the result, the final output is just your sell only. If you don't sell your product, you cannot survive into the market, right? And to sell your product, you have to be ready with your product and services. You have to be master in your product, right? And the way how do you sell your product. So if you want to sell your product, you should know the selling skills. You should know how to influence the people, because what the people's need are. If you don't, people need still, matter of fact, that you must know the way how can you sell the product. So here into this session, I'm just going to talk about how can you sell the product easily. So here I have 7 techniques, or here I have a 7 step that how can you sell the product easily. The first, I'll just start with the secure your future sale along with current one. Yes, if you want regular sales, right, so you must secure your future sales, because today whatever you have done sales, right, whatever you have done, but if you don't have tomorrow's plan, right, if you don't schedule your tomorrow's planning, and if you don't have target, if you don't have number, if you have not decided what product you are going to sell tomorrow, what are the targets, I have targets tomorrow to sell, right? So if you don't have this all the plans in advance, so excuse my fans, today whatever you sell you have done, but that will not work tomorrow. So if you want to be a leader, if you want to be on the top position, so you must have future sales planning, right? So keep generating systematic business leads, right? So if you want future sales, so first thing, that is generate systematic business leads. How can you get the business leads? Whatever sources that you're using to gather the leads, business lead, I mean to say, just maybe you must be using social media, digital marketing, offline marketing, how you are doing, maybe referral marketing that you're doing, right, to get the leads. So you must evolve the plan, make weekly plan. Yes, because my dear friends, at the end of each month we get frustrated. Why do so? Because maybe because of some reason we are unable to reach our target. So if you plan it in advance, if you make a weekly plan, if you assess yourself weekly wise, so I can assure you that easily you can reach to your monthly plan, because you will have a time to you will have a time to change your plan. You will have a plan to how can you cover the balance, or leakage, right? So that you can plan, my friend. That set lead magnet strategy. Next is set lead magnet strategy into me. So what is set lead magnet? Lead magnet is nothing but the what you are giving free of cost, or what you are giving as bonus. So that is old, or what the thing that you are doing to magnetic power. It means, so how can you attract the people? What you have to attract the people, so you can easily you can attract the people, my friends. So that you must have, if you have that all the things, so definitely, my friend, you will have a future plan about how can you generate more leads, or how can you attract more audience. So this is about the secure your future sales along with current one, right? So let me tell you, my friends, if you have a future plan, if you have a tomorrow's plan, if you have next month plan, if you have a next year plan, then only you can be able to just think, you can able to reach your goal easily, and you can be at the top, on the top position. Where do you want, where do you wish to go, right? So this is the first. The next, know your sales pipeline. Yes, my friend, sales pipeline means to say how many people are working into your hand, how many people are working along with you. So that you should know the pipeline, how many people are there. You must know the each SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. You must know how many people are working with you, how many colleagues are there, how many sales people are there, and what are the strength, what are the weakness, what opportunity that you're gonna afford, and what threats are there in the future, what they'll have to be ready to tackle all the threats. So you must know, because according to that you can delegate the task, my dear friends. So list out the sales calling against the closer. List out the sales call, how many calls you are going to do today. So if you have a plan, right? So what calls you are going to do, how many people are there, what are the leads, and whom you have called, and have you gone through the follow-up or not. So all that pipeline, my friend, you must know, because hierarchy also you should follow. Yes, you should delegate the task to your team, entire team, what your teammate is going to do today. You're right that you must have the plan about the task wise, what today's task is. So daily task you must gather from your sales team, right? And you must work on the lackings, what lacking these people are, what people they're having lackings, what knowledge they must have. So you must work on the weakness, all right? So prospecting the client in advance. What about the client? Prospecting client is, it means to say that what your client is, all right? Who is your client, and what about the status, what about the habits, need. So all that analysis you must do about of your client, so that easily you can understand the need, and you can easily catch the requirement, and according to that you can make a plan to convince him, all right? So set closer time. Yes, my dear friends, number of time actually we have seen the people that got bored, right? If you spend more than required time, if you spend more than required time, I must say, because nowadays we are into the 21st century, so no one is free. So here, when you are selling something, so somewhere is the person whom you are targeting, he is giving his time to you, right? So you must respect the time. So kindly set the closer time, set, you must have scheduled your timing, my friends. So accordingly, easily you can sell your products. So you must know the sales pipeline. So according to that, whom to target, whom to train, what to train. So all that thing you can understand. Next, understanding the closing ratio out of the total number. You must know your closing ratio. If you are a salesman, if you are a sales executive, or if you are a CEO of any organization, you must know the closing ratio of your team, right? Because whatever number, whatever the target, because here we are in sales industry, we are working on target basis. So if you don't have your closing ratio, that how many people you are visiting in a day, and how many closer you're bringing in a day. So if you know that, so accordingly, my dear friend, you can target, you can make a plan that to reach what target, how much effort you need in future. So that all things you can do. Set a weekly plan, and set weekly plan that I said earlier. You must make your weekly plan, my dear friends. As I already said that you must set your weekly plan in advance. third week to close the deal. Yes, my dear friend, we have a 4 weeks in a month, right? So if you start your planning from the first week, because you have a 15 days to run your campaign, or I may say you have a 15 days to start or to do your marketing and sell, because third week you must occupy to close the deals, right? So fourth week you may get to justify where you were lacking, so there you get a chance to cover your shortage, right? So that you get, my dear friends, the fourth week can be utilized to cover deficiencies to stay motivated to visit more. So my dear friend, I would suggest, yes, stay motivated to visit more and build more relations. So here in sales industry, we don't sell anything. If we do anything, so here we just make or we just build a relation, because relation basis, right? Here relation is nothing but the building relation is nothing but the first step to keep your client or your prospectors in touch, right? So when you are in relation with any person, when you suggest something, so usually they buy because they trust you. So to get a trust, to win the trust of any person, you must build a relation first. So that is nothing but the source that you can do to raise your closing ratio. Next, be ready with the set of positive response on ask question. So when you are visiting anyone, the first thing, let me tell you, be ready with the objections, because if the client is really interested, then he'll going to ask a question. If he's not interested, so he will just listen you, and he'll just, he'll just try to ignore you, or he may avoid you, right? And he'll just say directly that no worry, I'll give you contact, I'll call you back later, or just give me another time, right? That we'll meet again and we will close the deal. So likewise again he can respond, but let me tell you, here is he is not interested, because right, he had no objection, he had no questions on your product and services what you are offering. So be ready with the set of positive responses on ask question. The focus on customer satisfaction, right? You must focus on customer satisfaction, what his need is, because already you might have just gone through his need analysis and you were just trying to satisfy, you were just trying to reach his need, right? To fulfill his need. That don't force to buy, don't force them to buy the product, don't use any negative word and keyword, or don't use any negative expression, right? So help to decide. If you can do something, so you can just help them to decide what is better, what is much better. If you don't have that product, then too you must suggest him, right? Because that is nothing but the first step that you can win their trust, my fans. So yes, be ready with the set of positive response on ask question, right? So do not try to be more tense, right? So here you must focus on his satisfaction level, right? So active raffle jobs. So what is active raffle job? Yes, my dear friends, so let me tell you, once we have sold anything, right? So afterwards, once we sold the product, so afterward we never contact that person back, because here we have done what, the transaction relationship, we have built transaction relation, right? So here we don't need as we think so, but my dear friend, that we are wrong. So here, right here, what we should do, we should work after sales also. That how can we do that? So let's see, stay in touch even after sales. If you have sold any product, afterwards also you must keep that client in your touch, because he may give you more client, he may give you reference, his reference that you can use, right, to sell your product to another client also. Ask satisfied customer for the references. If he's really happy with your services, so you may ask them for the next references, or for lead magnet on shared each act, or for lead magnet on shared each active references. Yes, so if somebody is sharing their reference, you should offer any lead magnetic something. So just like, you can tell them, you can give them a discount, you can give them a bonus, you can give something free of cost, any gift, my friend, that you can give, because just to keep them inspired, right? So if you want more customer, if you want more reference from their side, so you can do that also. But how? For that thing, you must keep them motivated, or motivated to give you more, or to share you more leads, right, or references. The next, that is orange get together, meet. Yes, so once you have sold any product, right, once you've sold any product, and that people have started to share more lead with you, more references with you, so what you can do, you from your side, being a leader, being an entrepreneur, my friends, you can start, or you can gather all the people who are sharing their all the references with you. So you can gather them, or you can keep a get together one meeting at any hotel, or maybe at your home. You can contact them all, because these people are sharing the references, which is really play a core role in reaching your target, my friends, right? So next, that is always be ready with next step. Yes, here what actually we are, because normally what is happening in the sales industry, in sales industry, most of the time that you must have seen, my friend, the people are working only for salary, right? They are coming on the time, maybe they are going on the time, because why do so? Because they don't have any, or plan, they don't have any dream, they don't have any goal. So but if you have a specific goal, so you must know what next step is, where you are, where you should go, whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, you must have your all the roadmap of your goal, that how can you reach your goal, my dear fans. So the thing is, when you are planning anything, you must be ready with the next step. What is next? What is next? Just ask yourself that what is next. If I reached my this target, so now what is next step? Agar if I have not reached, so now what can be my next step? What should I do if I do have a lacking, if I do have a whatever strength and weakness, whatever that I'm working on? So I should know. If I know my next step, definitely I will have a plan, I will have a schedule, that tomorrow what I'm just going to be, or tomorrow what I will have activities or tasks to do. So that all the clear the picture about entire sales funnel. So if you want to know more about the next step, the first step, that is nothing but you must know the entire sales funnel, what you are going to do, and how you can convert your cold call to hot lead, right? So how can you do that? So for that thing, you must understand the sales funnel, that how I'm going to do, what sources I'm using, what media I'm using, I'm just working on, whether I'm working on online, or whether I'm working on digital platform, social media, or maybe offline, what I'm doing, so it to convert my fresh lead to converted calls, or maybe sales done call. If I want that, so what I should know, what should I do? So that is called what the sales funnel. So if you have an entire idea, if you have a roadmap of your completing the sales call, so definitely that will help you to know the next step. The next, set advanced plan for each stage of the sales funnel. Yes, set advanced plan. You must have the advanced plan. If the first thing, that is set appointment. So if you have a advanced plan of setting appointments, so first, that is prospecting. Yes, what about that client, what he's doing, what he's like, what his dislikes, right, what he do, or whether he's married, or about the status, right, where he's doing job, what about his financial status and all. So if you know everything about them, then only you will be able to prospect them, and you can offer the product, what are the variety that you have, what you can offer them as a product and services, so that you will have an idea. But for that thing, you must have advanced plan. So this is about, my fans, if you want you to be a successful person, if you want to know the next step, so you must understand, right, the advanced, you must have an advanced plan for each stage of the sales funnel. Start with scheduling activity, active appointments. Start with scheduling active appointment, whom you are going to visit, whom you're going to meet, right? So if you have a pre-plan about your prospectors, so definitely you will work, and you will start with those scheduling active appointments, how to do, when to meet. You will ask the people, because directly on the same time you cannot ask the people whether can I come just right now to make a call. So my friend, that you cannot do. So for that thing, you must have a pre-plan. When to set the appointment, you must ask people, or you can ask for appointment maybe for 1 or 2 days prior, or maybe 1 week prior. If you're going just like that, so definitely these people will entertain you more, right, and they will take interest in you. The next, that take notes of held a discussion and send email. So whatever discussion that you conduct, right, when you have appointment, when you just went to visit your client, so remember one thing, meeting, kindly keep all that thing note, right? Note down all the discussion, all the point of discussion in front of that your client. And once your discussion is done, right, what once a meeting is done, so it's your duty, if you want to show your professionalism, so what you can do here, what are the point of discussion that you can keep with you, right, the note that you can take while having discussion, and later on you can send all that point in email. And before you leave, you must ask your client for the visiting card. In visiting card, email ID will be there, so you can share all that thing in emails, so that will show more your professionalism, right? Then give thanks call for given time, right? And once you have sent the email, so in the next hour you can contact them and you can intimate them that what was the point of discussion that we had done, right? So already I emailed you, and you can tell them, also you can say that thanks for the given time, right? So this will keep your client motivated, and he will just think something specifically, or he will just feel like VIP, very important, right? So he will gain more value, my dear fans, and that will create your value as well. So that will create a good impression of yours. So ask for the next meeting if possible. Yes, so in the same day you cannot ask the people to again take, or you can arrange next meeting, right? So same day you cannot ask to arrange a meeting, so at least you can ask at least 2 or 3 days later, or maybe in the next week, but location will be the different, right? Do not ask people to meet at the same location, because he will not entertain you. All right, the next, that is offer solution in ready plan format. Offer solution, because next time whenever you're just going back, if your client is really happy and if they call you, so you must have the ready-made plan or roadmap. You must have that how you are going to sell your product now. And the same day, again, I don't suggest people in the second meeting you should sell the product, because here you are just visiting that guy to tell them about the format, that how can you, or that you are just going there to help them or to assist them that how can you plan the product. So right, so all that you must have in ready-made format, that engage people in story to keep influence. You must influence him. You just talk about yourself, you just talk about the product, you should just talk about the services. You must tell them that if you purchase this product, what benefit you are going to what benefit you are going to get, and how the product really will be benefited to you, right? So that time, my friend, never compare your product with any other competitor, because if you do so, let me tell you that same time you will create your own competitors. So right, so again, before the completion, he will ask for time to know more about your competitor product as well. So do not try ever, right, while selling your products, never try to compare your product with any other brand. So don't utilize more time to finish, right? Don't take more time at a fans, because if you do so, he will get bored and he will feel like that you are trying to make him fool. So right, so do not use that. Never use negative words in closer. Do not use that no, can't, excuse. So please kindly stay away or keep yourself away from the negative word, because this may create a negativity in your prospector's mind, right? So better not to use that. And whatever the suggestion that I said, never do that, right? So all the time you must be ready, right, with your next step. Then next is welcome objection. As I said, it's nothing but the first sign of positive response. When your client is asking something, right, if you have objection about any topic, you must be ready with the positive response. You must be ready with any response, because this is nothing but the first sign of positive response. That active hearing objection, right? You should keep what you should hear. You should not listen only, you should hear. You should understand the problem, you should understand the budget, you should understand, because whatever objection that you're getting, maybe that will be related, that may be regards to their budget, or maybe it may be relevant to their quality, or maybe if he knows the same niche product with another brand, so they may ask you the question about that, what features benefits. So that if you know all that, so definitely you can tackle the objection, matter fans. So that's the reason why we tell the people to know, to get everything, each knowledge about a product. So if you know everything about a product, so that will actually help you to raise or to work on their objection. Respond smartly. You should listen them. You should show yourself that, like, you should act like, I mean sir, you should act like that you're hearing them, you're listening them very actively, you're listening them, right? And when you just going through, because you should note all that objection in front of them, you can note down, right, in your book or maybe the page that you have. You must note, you must start noting down the objections, and right, one by one, just when they are raising any objection to you, must keep all that writing, right? So do not tell and do not say or do not speak anything in between. So let them finish first their objection. Once they are finished with, then when you have noted all that objection, you must shout out all their objection sequence wise as the sequence they have asked the question. So right, so that will also help them to be right. That is also nothing but this is all called the respond smartly. The make a chart to explain. Yes, as I said, you can prepare a chart to explain their objections or to explain your solution on each their objection. The never compare with others to raise a competitor. As I said in the last point only, avoid false commitments. So my dear friend, in objection, let me tell you, because the people they wanted to show, they were just people wanted to see whether you are not committing any wrong commitment or false commitment. So they just wanted to know whether you are honest or not. So my dear friend, do not try that while having sales call. Always be in the client favor, always be in the client favor. So my friend, in a sales industry, basically we are working for the company, but let me tell you, we are working for the company, but we are not working on behalf of the company, because here we are working on behalf of our customer, because who are going to buy your products? That customer, right? So if you favor your customer or your clients, so they will feel more positive about you, because whatever decision that you will take, that will be in their favor only, right? So use trial concept to begin the new relationship. If you want to start any business, so much, matter of fact, you can start that word, that is trial. If you want that, so at least you can try with the one product. If you're happy with our products, then we will plan for the next. So like that, matter of fact, that you can start with the new beginning, right? So this is nothing but the how can you tackle the objection. The next last is influence and follow up. Yes, matter of fact, normally that happens actually in the sales call. So normally what happened when we close our first call, second call, and the later on we start with the follow-ups, right? And when people will receive your call, when the people will just feel like to receive your call, because if you succeed in influence them, if you succeed in insisting them to be in your contact, if you succeed to build a relationship with them, so then only he will receive your call, and then only he will be able to respond to you. So build a healthy relationship is nothing but the first, and it really play a core role, right, and influencing the people and maybe into the follow-ups, right? If you have a healthy relation, then definitely your client or your customer will receive your call, and he will respond to you ever, right? In place the translation relationship. So never try to build a translation relationship, because here if you think monetary, if you just think monetary wise, so he will never take you emotionally, because emotions is nothing but the source, right, that can make your transaction faster, and that can also build the relation from the heart. So no client free time. So if you know your client free time, because whatever discussion held between you and your client, so you must ask all the question, what is your feasible time to talk, right? When can I contact you? You should know each and everything. You should know each and everything. You should know each and everything about your client, when they are free, what's the budget, what they are looking for. You should go through the need analysis. You must know each and everything about your client. So when they are free, if you are contacting them in the free timing, definitely they will revert you back, unless and until they won't do that. So create urgency, but do not ask for the prompt action. It means that you can create urgency in, right, just by telling a story. Maybe you can use any other example that Mr. blah 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 has taken this product immediate basis and he got this benefit, he got this much discount, or he got bonus. So indirectly you are insisting them to buy the product on immediate basis, but you should not use the work. So just kindly buy this product now only, because what you are doing here in front of him directly, if you are just going direct way, if you're using that, kindly buy this product now only and get this discount blah blah wise, right? So do not appeal for the immediate sale, matter of fact. You can use the storyline, you can use the sight line, you can use the examples, right? So that may also create an urgency, matter of fact, but you should not use the word to sell your product right now, or you just buy the product right now. Suppose example, I'm just telling you, if I'm working into the sales industry, if I'm working in the insurance industry, if I suggest Mr. Paris is there, he's my client. So if I suggest Mr. Paris, Mr. Paris, now I taught you everything. Now I told you everything about the policy. So it's the right time to talk. It's the right time to buy this product. So may I get your check ready right now to fill the form and all? So of course, Mr. Paris, he will ask me for the time. Give me a time, let me think about it, and I'll just get back to you. Am I right or not? But if the same time, if I ask him that, Mr. Baras, I have one of my friend, this Mr. Bin. Mr. Bin has bought this policy on this day, and the same day I started his policy, and the same day I started his covering his risk, right? And the same day, matter of fact, again he got secured his family as well. So he got around 1,000 rupees discounts on the same day, right? So bucks, 1,000 bucks he got as a discount on the same, because of only the same day registration. So likewise I can ask him, right? But I cannot appeal to take a plan just right now. So that kind of urgency I cannot do that, right? Because that will create a negative impression, because that will show my eagerness, right? So it should not do that, it should not be happen. So next, that keep emotional touch. If I started to keep very, if I start emotion, because let me tell you, human being is a result of emotions, right? It's a full of emotions. So if you succeed to build emotions in your relationship, so definitely he will take you personally, right? To take you personally, matter of fact, to take you personally, if you have an emotional relationship with your client, so definitely he'll be in touch, right? And he will think in your favor. So bonus or other lead magnet, you can use offer, you can use such kind of tagline, you can use such kind of keyword if you buy the product within or before. So if you buy our this product on or before this product, so you may eligible to get the offer, bonus or other lead magnets that you can use. So this is how, matter fans, that how can you start your sales and how can you get the regular sales, because here you are just thinking only and only about your customer, right? How your product can benefit your customer. So if you do that, yeah, right, if you do that, and if you just think from your customer centric, right? If you customer perspective, if you think, and if you offer such kind of services, and right, if you go more professional, if you have a pre-plan about your each stage of your sales funnel, definitely that will help you to finish your sales without an hesitance. So this was about my fan today's session, and I hope if you really follow all that instruction that I given, right, in completing your sales call, so that will help you to finish your sales call easily, and people will definitely think about you as well, and they will also keep in touch with you, right, to give you more reference. And definitely, as I said, on each shared references, if you give them something, surprise gift or something, so they will keep giving you more, or they will keep sharing more and more references. So matter of fact, this is nothing but the next step that I see it, right? So here you are creating the next step, so this will create your tomorrows, and that will also help you to generate your future sales leads. So how that all thing that we have covered in our this today's session. So this is all about, my fans, the sales call, that how can you arrange, how can you do, and what you are doing, my friends, in current situation, how can you change right? Your behavior, how can you change your mentality toward the sales call. So that all the thing, my friend, we have explained in our today's workshop. So definitely, my friends, just keep in touch with me and stay tuned for for preparing more videos on sales and marketing. So that will keep insisting me as well to keep making more videos on the sales and marketing with you guys, because even as I'm also belongs to the sales industry, I love I love people, I love building relation with the people, I love to contact new people from entire world. So that's the reason, my friend, I'm here. And definitely I'll be here for longer, as I just started with the first my video, so with the intent to keep more salespeople in my touch. And definitely I'll help you guys with the number of more techniques I do have, the process, what processes that you can expect, what are the sales skill we need. So all the thing I have a plan to prepare, right? So definitely we will work out on that. So for that thing I just need your cooperation, my friends. So please keep in touch, and thanks for being with me here. So stay tuned, and definitely we'll meet you again. Thank you so much.